within yourselves. No help has come from outside. All the help has to come from within you, within me, from nowhere else. All the help that has come was from within yourselves. You only had the fruits of what you yourself worked for. And yet you are strangely hoping all the time for help. What is that help you get? We all always think of luck, which is called adrishta in Sanskrit. This term called adrishta, this terminology comes from the Purva Mimamsa or the Veda Purva, where they are called karmatus, or who do the ritualistic portion of the Vedas, the Homa, Havana, Yaga, Yagna, Puja. So that portion of the Vedas is called Mimamsa Shastra. So in this Mimamsa Shastra, that portion of the ritualistic portion of the Vedas, this terminology is seen. What is that adrishta? When we do work, when we do havan, when we do puja, whatever work we do, it creates either good or bad results according to the attitude with which we do it, whether it is useful to the world or it is harmful to the world. So now, whatever we do, most of us, we will try to do good deeds to get punya. But you see that when you do those things, you never get those result immediately. Many of you will be thinking, we have done so many good things, we are not getting the result. Now, the Mimamsa Shastra explains, and also the Patanjali Maharshi's Yoga Sutras also explain, that when we do the work, with what intensity, with what shraddha, with what faith do we do that work, with what intensity do we do the work, that is the reason for the coming of the result, whether it is quickly or late or too late. Suppose our effort to which we put and our shraddha, our faith in that action is very, very ordinary, adhama. It's called in Sanskrit term is adhama, very low intensity, very low shraddha. Our attitude is very, very sober, very ordinary. Then the result we get will be also very much delayed, or it will be less. So you cannot get it immediately. Suppose we put in the effort while we are doing the puja, havan, japa, or any other work for that sake. Good work we do, punya karya or papa karya. Then if the intensity is, even the papa karya, you should note it, if the intensity is mediocre, madhyama, then too you will not get the result quickly. It will sit somewhere. It will be there waiting for you. For the amount of punya karma you do will become more and more and more. The adhama karma and the madhyama karma will wait. Then if you do it intensely, the karma, the effort you put to that karma is intense, and also your shraddha is intense, great, then we get result quickly. So most of the time, 99.9% our intensity of work is very less, mediocre or very low. So it will gather, it will sit there in one corner. And when the pot or the vessel fills up, then the result will come to you. That's why you might see whatever work we might have done in the last life or in this life somewhere, we get the result after a long time. Why? You have to fill up all that vessel of punya or papa. So now the result will come when that is full. So you think, you do not know, it is sitting there somewhere unseen. So because it is unseen, it is waiting there unseen. So the term there in Mimamsa Shastra or the ritualistic portion of the Vedas is adrishta. Drishta means seen. A means opposite of it. Adrishta means unseen. So it is sitting there unseen. It is your own work, whatever punya karya you have done or papa karya which you have done. It is sitting there. So if it is good work, it is adrishta. If it is bad work, then it is duradrushta, bad luck. So it is neither destiny, it is neither fate, fatalism, it is neither luck or bad luck. It is your own work, whatever you have done in your last life or this life or whichever part of the life. If it is low intensity, if your attitude, the shraddha is less, then you will not get result. It will be sitting there unseen. That is called adrishta. So whenever it gets filled up, then it comes to you suddenly. Suddenly something comes. You get lottery ticket. You get more work done. You get successes. How? Then you think, oh, something, some angel has helped you. Some godfather has helped you. Somebody helped you. So the luck of the wife or the bad luck of the wife has helped you, or the husband has helped you because the child was born to you. Because of his good luck, all this success has come. So many things you will start thinking. You will always try to find the reason outside. But in reality, it was your own work. Whatever you have done in the past, it was sitting there unseen because it was the intensity of the work was low or mediocre. Then when it collects up, then you get the result suddenly. So because it was all of a sudden, you thought some angel might have given, somebody might have answered your prayer, but it was your own effort. The prayer, when you pray, it is the Atman, the Paramatman, the Antaryamin, the God who is sitting within you, who is answering that prayer. It is not coming somewhere from the skies. Both ways, it is all coming from within you, your own karma, your own it is your own karma, it is your own luck or whatever work you have done. That is coming to you. Nothing from outside, nothing from any other source. It is all from within yourself, within the God, the Antaryamin who is there within you. So that is what Swami Vivekananda is telling. Don't expect, don't hope for anything from outside, from anyone. You will not get anything. We all blame. Oh, the father and mother didn't look after me properly. Oh, the school environment was not good. The college environment was not good. My neighbors were not good. So we go on blaming the whole external world. In reality, it is your effort, your shraddha, your attitude which makes the difference. So everything is in your hand. You are the maker of your destiny. Don't expect anything from outside. That is what Swami Vivekananda is telling. Be free. Hope for nothing from anyone or anything. I am sure Vivekananda tells, if you look back upon your lives, you will find that you were always vainly, you should note that always we are vainly trying to get help from others, which never comes. Nobody can help you. You have to help yourself. You have to stand on your own feet. Nobody can help you. Neither your parents, nor your family members, nor your school teacher, anybody. You have to help yourself. All the help that has come was from within yourselves. And you have that infinite strength within you, the Atma Swarupa, the Satchit Ananda in your own heart. So have faith in that. That is Shraddha, Atma Shraddha. So you can do anything and everything. There is nothing impossible in this world. It is sin to call you a sinner or a weak person. That is the greatest of the sin. Nothing is impossible. Everything is within you. That's why don't hope for anything outside. That is what Swami Vivekananda is telling. You only had the fruits of what you yourself worked for. You only had the fruits, as I explained you just now, of what yourself worked for. And what about the prayers? Your prayers were answered. It came from within you, the Lord who is present within your own heart. It is not, God is not sitting somewhere in the skies. It is within your own heart. That is the speciality of India and Hinduism. You see other religions, they'll be kneeling down and they'll be looking at the skies and they will be opening their hands like this, like begging bowl. Where God is not there somewhere. He is here within you. That's why you see Hindus or in Indian Purana or Shastra, you see they close their hands and close their eyes and look within. It's from within your own heart. All that power is within you. You only had the fruits of what you yourself worked for, and yet you were strangely hoping all the time for help from somewhere outside, which you will never get. If you search, if you ask, seek from outside is only misery. You will never get any help from anybody or anything outside. So it's your vain attempt. So an example is given. A rich man's parlor is always full, but if you notice, you do not find the same people there. Why? The visitors are always hoping that they will get something from those wealthy men, but they never do. So are our lives spent in hoping and hoping and hoping, expecting, which never comes to an end. Which never comes to an end. Now, Holy Mother Sharda Devi, a small girl comes into contact. Mother loved that girl. So she was very good. Do you know, Holy Mother Sharda Devi takes one promise from that girl. She takes a promise from that girl. And what was that? Holy Mother Sharda Devi told that girl, my dear child, you should promise me that you will not expect anything from anybody. You will not expect anything from anybody. You should only give. You should only give and give. You should never expect anything. That was what Holy Mother Sharda Devi took the promise. One of the members has put the mic on. Please can you put the mic on? Disturbing. Please can you mute your mic? Okay, thank you. So Holy Mother Sharda Devi had taken the promise from that little girl that do not expect anything. You just pour out, you give to others. Then there will be no misery at all. You will never feel unhappy in your life at all. All the miseries we are in is because of the expectation. Somebody will promise you something and they will not give you and you will be miserable. You'll be always in trouble. Why? Because we had expectation. Even if somebody promises you, do not expect anything. Always depend upon yourself, stand on your own feet. Then you will see that there will be no misery at all. That is the secret of always being happy. What is that? Expect nothing, accept everything. It's very, very small difference you see in those words. It is play of words, but it has a lot of meaning in it. Expect nothing, accept everything and everybody as they are and as they come. That is the secret of being happy always in our life. If you expect anything, hope something from anybody, you are miserable. I will just tell you a story, a wonderful story. There was one king going back to his palace. He had to cross the fort door. While he was entering the door of the fort, he saw a beggar sitting there at the door gateway of that fort. He noticed he was in rags. He didn't have proper clothing. He didn't have proper food or anything for that facility. He was sitting outside the wall begging. And he had seen him for many, many days, maybe 12 long years he had seen him there. Each time he used to go out or come back, he used to see that person. Okay, he felt very pity. It was so winter, cold winter, and he was sitting there without any proper clothing or food or anything for that sake. Now, he called that beggar to come inside the palace. He told, I will give you food, I will give you clothing, I will give you shelter. You can now live a happy life. I will give you also a house. And he brought him inside near the palace. He asked him to wait near the gate of the palace, the door of the palace. You will go inside and bring all the wealth and tell the ministers to take care of you and give you a house and everything, facility. That beggar was very, very happy. And he waited there at the door. The king went in. It was evening. Then he met the ministers. The ministers brought him so many problems of the kingdom. He became busy in discussing all those problems. He forgot. The beggar is waiting outside. He forgot everything. Then in the melee, he forgot the beggar, forgot everything. Then next day, morning, too, he forgot. Somewhere in the daytime, suddenly he remembered, oh, I had asked the beggar to be waiting at the gate door. What has happened to him? So let me go and see. He went out. There was nobody at the gate of the palace. He asked the guards, what happened to the beggar? I asked him to be standing here. Where did he go? Then the soldiers told him, Maharaja, the beggar died last night and he was carried away and cremated. Then he was surprised. What? Why did he die? Because of cold and because of hunger, the beggar died. He was surprised. He asked the minister. He didn't have proper food. He didn't have proper clothing in the winter. He was staying outside, no shelter for 12 years. But he could withstand that. But one night, that too inside the fort, just outside the gate of the palace, it was comfortable. So he couldn't withstand one day of hunger and one day of cold, which he had withstood for 12 years. The minister replied, King, all the 12 years he was strong and he was happy because he didn't have any expectation. He knew he was poor. He knew that he will not get his food on proper time. He will get very little food. He has very little clothing. So there was no expectation. But yesterday, you created expectation in him that he will get good food, that he will get good clothing, he will get good shelter. So because of that expectation, he couldn't withstand one night of cold or one night of hunger. So expectation kills you. That is the main problem. Do not expect anything from anybody or any circumstances outside. Rather, not only expect anything, but don't create expectation in others too. Don't make promises and you cannot fulfill it. Many times you make promises, you create expectation, and those people will die or will be you will be the cause of the misery. So never create expectation or have any expectation. That is the secret. Then the second thing is accept people as they are, accept situation as they are. Then you will be the most happiest person on this earth. Now, that's why Swami Vivekananda is telling you, be free. Hope for nothing. Hope from anyone. I'm sure you look back upon your lives and you will find that you were always vainly trying to get help from others, which never came. Instead, if you have put in the effort, If you had put in the hard work and the smart work, gradually, little by little, I think you would have achieved everything in a short time. It was only from your effort. If you had put in the effort, even little by little, gradually, you could have achieved everything. And what a problematic life we have, because we go on expecting and expecting from everybody, expecting love from somebody, expecting consolation from somebody, expecting some money from somebody, and vainly we wait and wait and wait. We waste our time and energy. Instead, put in the effort constantly. You yourself can get everything. You have that infinite strength within you. You have the strength in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. Go on putting the effort and you receive everything. Do not expect. That's what Swami Vivekananda is telling. I'm sure if you look back upon your lives, you will find that you were always vainly trying to get help from others, which never came. Not only help, do not expect even love. Do not expect even consolation, emotional support, moral support, or anything from anybody. You have everything within you, infinite security, infinite peace, infinite happiness. Everything is within you. If possible, you give it to others. Do not expect anything. So Vivekananda continues, so are our lives spent in hoping, 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 which never comes to an end. Give up hope, give up expectation, says the Vedanta. Why should you hope? What is the necessity of hoping? Because you have everything within you. You are not an ordinary person, you have everything within you. What are you hoping for? Nay, Vivekananda tells, you have everything. Nay, you are everything. You are the Atma Swarupa. You have infinite strength within you. Why do you expect from outside? Stand on your own feet. At one place, Vivekananda, while explaining, defining about education, he tells, education is not just collection of facts or information. Education should make you stand on your own feet, he tells. Education should give you strength, mental and physical strength, whereby it should make you stand on your own feet. Then you may ask the question, are we not standing on our own feet? Yes, all of us are standing on our own feet. Only some animals on 2 feet, some animal on 4 feet. Why are we not standing on our own feet? That is not the idea. The idea is something more deeper. Standing on our own feet means not on these physical legs, but you have to support yourself mentally, morally, spiritually, emotionally. Don't expect anything. Rather, you should give somebody else. You should help others. That should not only you should expect anything, you should stand on your own feet, depend upon yourself, self-dependency, but on the contrary, you should go forward to help others. That is the best way. So are our lives spent in hoping, 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 which never comes to an end. Give up hope, says Vedanta. Give up expectation, says Vedanta. Why should you hope? You have everything. Nay, you are everything. What are you hoping for? Asked Vivekananda. If a king, he gives another example, he tells, if a king goes mad and runs about trying to find a king of his country, a wonderful situation has been given. What is that? A king goes mad. Let us think the king of that country has gone mad. And what will he do? He will go in search of the king of that country. If a king goes mad and runs about trying to find the king of his country, he will never find it. He will never find him because he is the king. He is the king himself. Likewise, you are the emperor. You are the Parabrahma Swarupa. You are the Atma Swarupa. And you are searching for that energy, for that help, for that succor, for that God outside. Where will you get it? You are the king, you are the emperor, and you are searching for that emperor called God somewhere outside. You have that within you. You are that. If a king goes mad and runs about trying to find the king of his country, he will never find him because he is the king himself. He may go through every village and city in his own country, seeking in every house, weeping and wailing, but he will never find him because he is the king himself. That is what we are doing. We are searching for God in the hills and dales and Himalayas and in different countries, in the churches, in the temples, in the masjids, everywhere, in the skies, in the heaven. You will not get him. He is within you. You are that. You have in your own heart. He is more nearer to you. He is the Antaryamin. That's why you suffer. We all suffer. We may go through the village, every village and city in our own country, seeking him, every house, weeping and wailing. But he will never find him because he is the king. You are the king yourself. It is better that we know we are God and we give up this fool's search after him. And knowing that we are God, we become happy and contented. Give up all these mad pursuits and then play your part in the universe as an actor. On the stage, you are only playing the role of an actor. Some part you have to take up. This is your part as a housewife or a husband or a child or a father or a mother or an office bearer or as a businessman or a beggar. That's your role. Play it well. There ends the matter. But know that you are Atman. That's what Swami Vivekananda always used to tell. Give that idea you are the Atman. What will happen? What is the use? A sweeper will become a better sweeper. A cook will become a better cook. A policeman will become a better policeman. Everybody will become better in his own place. So give that idea, he is the Atman. So likewise, Swami Vivekananda is telling it is better that we know we are God ourselves and we give up this fool search after God outside somewhere. He is within you. And knowing that we are God, we become happy and contented. Give up all these mad pursuits and then play your part. And what are we to do? Play your part well. You are putting on the role of some particular thing in your life, as a husband, as a wife, as a child, or whatever. Play that part well. Whatever role, as a doctor, as a lawyer, as a contractor, as a builder, as a rich man, as a businessman, anything, whichever role has come to you, play that well. Give up all the mad pursuits, expecting anything outside, and play your part in the universe as an actor on the stage. Then, if you have this attitude, then the whole vision is changed. Your whole attitude is changed. And instead of an eternal prison, then this very world will become a playground. Instead of a land of competition, fighting each other, competing each other for some one object or one person, then there will be no competition. Instead of a land of competition, it will become a land of bliss, where there is perpetual spring, flowers bloom and butterflies flit about. This very world would become heaven, which formerly was hell. You had created that hell. You can change it into heaven. You can create the place where you live. You can convert that into Vaikuntha, Kailasa, Brahmaloka, whatever Satyaloka. It's in your hand. To the eyes of the bound, this very place is a tremendous place of torment. But to the eyes of the free, it is quite otherwise. I will give you one story of cooperation. There was one person who wanted to go and see how hell would look like or how heaven would look like. Now just now Swami Vivekananda told, play your part, do your best, whatever you have to do. So how to live in this world without expectation that can be seen through this? How can you convert this into this very place which now is a hell into Vaikuntha or Kailasa or heaven? How can you do that? I will narrate this story. This person wanted to visit hell and heaven, find out what is the condition there. He went to some place. The situation there was a very big table, dining table, lot of good delicacies, lot of good eatables, bhojya, bhaksha bhojyas, choshya, lehya, all that payasam, sweets, so many good things, cake, everything was arranged there. Lot of good things, whatever anybody can aspire for. So many delicacies were arranged on the table. But all the people were unhappy. Why? Because their hands, these hands from here to here was tied with a big ladle, spoon, a very big spoon, steel spoon from here to here. Now you cannot bend your arm like this. You have to keep it straight. So the end of that ladle or the spoon is coming at the end of the hand like this. So you cannot bend your hand. You have to always keep your hand like this. So you have all the food materials arranged there on the table. Now you cannot take any of the food. You are very hungry. You cannot take any food material with the ladle, spoon or the hand and eat it because you cannot bend your hand. So all the things are there. You are unhappy. You are very hungry. So all people sitting there are morose, sad, sorrowful. Then that person came to know, oh, this is hell. This is hell, Naraka. Okay, let me go and see how is Swarga. What is heaven? He went to heaven. There he saw the same situation, very similar. Lot of eatables, delicacies, wonderful things to eat. All are hungry. It's arranged on the table. Their hand too is tied to the ladle, the big spoon. They cannot bend their hands. The spoon is on the edge of their hand like this, fingers. So they cannot eat it. They cannot take the things because they cannot bend their hands. But they are happy. But they are very joyful. How come? Yes, this is heaven. I can see the same situation, but they are happy. How come? How did they become happy? Now, selfishly, you will not expect anything from yourself. Now, you cannot be selfish. You cannot bend your hand and eat it. But you can take the food with your hand and make other person on the opposite side to eat, isn't it? You need not bend your hand. You can make the other person eat. And naturally, the other person will take the food and make you eat. So all of them, all of the people there started helping each other, cooperating. They couldn't eat themselves selfishly, but they could make others eat. So they never expected, but they gave it to others, cooperation. So by cooperation, by helping each other, by serving others, you can create heaven here. By becoming selfish, expecting always, hoping always that he will give me something, you will create hell for yourself and for others too. So this is the thing which we have to note in our life. The whole vision is changed, and instead of an eternal prison, this world has become a playground now. You will always play and you will be always happy like all the children, small children, always playing and joyful. Instead of a land of competition, it's a land of bliss, where there is perpetual spring, flowers bloom and butterflies flit about. There is an African story, it's called Ubuntu. There was a competition, a running race. They were all lame. So they were running. One of the lame person fell down and got hurt. He couldn't run. So if the other wanted to win the race, they would have easily won. In the melee or in between, others would have also fallen down. Only one would have won it, and they would have been All the others would have been unhappy. Competition, cutthroat competition in this world. But what did the other boys, children do, the African children who were running? Instead of running, competing to get the first prize, they all came back, lifted up that boy, and they all held each other's hand, and they ran together, and everybody crossed the winning line together, and everybody won. All were happy. So that is called in Africa as Ubuntu. So cooperation, no competition, cooperation. So instead of a land of competition, cutthroat competition, killing each other, vying each other for the property, for the name, for the fame, for the position, for the money, you can create a land of bliss by cooperation and service, where there is perpetual spring, flowers bloom and butterflies flit about. This very world becomes heaven, which formerly was hell to the eyes of the bound, to the eyes of the people who have expectation, to the eyes of the people who are always wanting, searching outside. It is a tremendous place of torment, this very world. But to the eyes of the free, no expectation, no hope. It is quite otherwise. This one life is the universal life, says Swami Vivekananda. Heavens and all those places are here, not somewhere there. It's in your own mind. You can create it. It's in your own hand. As I've given the example of that petrol bunk, the gas station in Cape Town, the board they had put it in Christianity, there is the term called RIP. When they die on the tomb grave, they will write RIP, rest in peace. So they had written that board on that big board. Why RIP? Why to rest in peace? Why don't you live in peace? Why do you want to go to Vaikuntha, Kailasa and heaven after death? Why can't you create heaven, Kailasa, Vaikuntha now, here, in the place of your living, in your family, in your surrounding, in your country, in your society? That is the aim. That is practicality. Not waiting after death or somewhere outside. As if you see the wonderful concept of heaven in other religions. After death, they will go to heaven. You kill each other. You kill other people, the kafirs or anybody, then there will be 70 or 80 virgins waiting for you there. And this is the concept of heaven. What a nonsense it is. There was some joke made out of this. What is that? The wife started asking the husband, is it true that after you die in Christianity and Islam and other Semitic religions, you will go to heaven and there you will have some 80 or 70 virgins waiting for you, beautiful girls? Then what about women? If we go to heaven, who will be waiting there? We don't want virgins. Then the husband got angry and told, monkeys will be waiting for you. Then the wife retorted, what is this? This is too much of injustice. Even while living here, we have monkeys in the form of husbands. And even after we die, when we go to heaven, we should have monkeys, is it? So this is the concept of heaven. What kind of a heaven is this? So see the concept of heaven of Vedanta. You can create heaven now here, serving other people, helping other people, finding happiness in the others. No expectation. This is life. This is one life, is the universal life. Heavens and all those places are here. All the gods are here. The prototypes of man. The gods did not create man after their type, but man created God in his type. And here are the prototypes. Here is Indra, here is Varuna, here is Chandra, here is Vayu, all the gods of the universe. They are prototype of human being. We have been projecting our little doubles and we are the originals of these gods. Who are Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, all those gods? They were all human beings. They did lot of good deeds, punya. The highest, having the highest punya will become topmost Indra. Even Brahma, the topmost punya done by the person, human being, becomes Brahma. Next is Indra, it's all position. How did the gods were created? You are the human beings, they are your projections. So you can create gods, you have it in you, you can make yours, you can become God. And all the gods of the universe, Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, they're all your prototypes. We have been projecting our little doubles and we are the originals of these gods. You human beings are the greatest. Man and women, you human beings are the greatest. Swami Vivekananda tells we have been projecting our little doubles and we are the originals of these gods. How great human beings are. You can create gods. You are the originals of the God. We are the real, the only gods to be worshipped. This is the view of Vedanta. What a wonderful concept of our universal religion, to create heaven now, here, not afterwards. Not with from 50, 60 virgins or beautiful ladies. Everybody can become gods here. This is the view of Vedanta and this is practicality. Is this not practicality? Is that concept of heaven practical? Not at all. It is sheer nonsense. Waiting for some 70 or 60 virgins or beautiful girls, it seems, and that is heaven. This concept of Vedanta, and this is practicality. When we have become free, we need not go mad and throw up society and rush off to die in the forest or the cave. We shall remain where we were, only we shall understand the whole thing. The same phenomenon. So it is gnana. We will understand everything. You will get knowledge. Knowledge is power. We shall remain where we are, where we were. Only we shall understand the whole thing. You get the knowledge. The same phenomena will remain, but with a new meaning. We do not know the world yet. It is only through freedom that we see what it is and understand its nature. We shall see then that this so-called law, causation or fate or destiny occupied only an infinitesimal part of our nature. It was freedom all through, all that law, all that binding, all that causation. The so-called law or the fate or destiny occupied only an infinitesimally small part of our nature. Very small. It was only one side, but on the other side there was the freedom all the time. We did not know this. Ajnana. Because of our ignorance, we did not know it. Get that knowledge of your true self. Know it now. That is why we have been trying to save ourselves from the evil by hiding our faces in the ground like the hunted hare. Through delusion, we have been trying to forget our nature. You know, the ostrich, it thinks that when the enemy attacks it, if it buries its head in the sand, then the enemy, it cannot see the enemy. So no fear. That's how we are behaving. In ignorance, thinking that just escape, run away, then you are free. No, you are constantly hounded through delusion. We did not know this, and that is why we have been trying to save ourselves from evil by hiding our faces in the ground like the hunted hare. Through delusion, we have been trying to forget our true nature. Through delusion, through ignorance, we have been trying to forget our true nature, real nature, and yet we could not. It was always calling upon us, and all our search after gods or external freedom was a search after our own real nature. We mistook the voice. We thought it was from the fire or from a god, or from a sun, or from the moon, or from the image, or from the stars, but at last we have found that it was from within ourselves, our own Atman. God is within us. Infinite strength is within us. Infinite knowledge is within us. Infinite existence, infinite bliss is within us. The Atma Swarupa is within us. God is within us. Within ourselves is this eternal voice speaking of eternal freedom. And that is mukti. When you get this knowledge, that is liberation. Its music is eternally going on. But you don't want to hear it. Like cowards, we are running away from it, our true nature. Part of this music of the soul has become the earth, the law, this universe, but it was always ours and always will be. In one word, the ideal of Vedanta, in one single word, the ideal of Vedanta is to know man as he really is. We human beings, man or woman, the ideal of Vedanta, the whole of Vedanta is to know who you are, who I am. That is the ideal. We should know our real nature. That is the ideal of Vedanta, and let us have it. Can you find anything more practical than this? What wonderful ideas, practical ideas has been given by Swami Vivekananda. So we will end our discussion on the practical Vedanta second here, because so many beautiful ideas have been given by Swami Vivekananda. We have to think on that. We have to cogitate. We have to achieve the cult. We have to meditate on that. Then with that conviction, we will again meet next week to discuss the same chapter, Practical Vedanta, part second. So until then, we shall think on that constantly. We will enjoy that wonderful idea given by Practical Vedanta, given by Swami Vivekananda. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts on what we have discussed today, you are free to ask it. Any questions, any doubts? On the YouTube, we don't have any questions. Are there any questions here on the Google Live?
Om Swamiji, there's no questions on the Google link.
Okay, then we can conclude. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Tomorrow, that is Saturday evening at the same time, we are having the discussion on the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is the Gnana Yoga. Then Sunday, Monday, early in the morning, we have the discussion on the life of household disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. Early in the morning, 6:30 South African time, it will be 10 o'clock Indian Standard Time. Then on Sunday morning, 9:30, we have the Hinduism for children's classes, where they will be taught different aspects of Hinduism, different samskaras of good samskaras of Hinduism are given to them. Then they'll be taught pranayama and yoga, and the Sanskrit alphabets are also being taught, bhajans and many other things. So parents have to attend with their children, or even parents also can attend those classes. So it will not be telecast on the any other platforms like YouTube. It is only on the Google Drive. If anybody wants to join or bring their children to that, they have to get that link and then join those classes. Monday evening, we have the science of worship. We are dealing with puja. We are learning the mantras, and now demonstration of the puja is also going on. Then Tuesday evening, we have the Viveka Chudamani, the Crucible of Discrimination, written by a Vedantic text manual written by the great Shankaracharya. Then Wednesday, we have the Bhagavad Gita, the third chapter. There is again practical Vedanta told by Krishna. How can be Vedanta brought into our day-to-day action? That is Karma Yoga, third chapter. So again, we will meet on Thursday, Friday to discuss the Vedanta class, the Gnana Yoga from Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda. All are welcome to all this discussion. Thank you. Namaste. Om Namo Narayanaya.